What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak about the Los Angeles Clippers. And so, to me, it just seemed like as an organization, this team is cursed, man. Like it, they can never seem to get out of their own way, and it goes back to even before this current owners, right? Steve Ballmer. It goes back to like throughout the years, like the Clippers have been known to be in the basement, like like a stepchild to the Los Angeles Lakers. Like Lakers are the favorite, that's everybody's team and most people's team in LA, and the Clippers for some reason, even when over the years, like if they have gotten like the first round draft picks and stuff like that, it never really seemed to pan out and turn into championships and stuff like that. And so now you have a situation where you got on your team, you got Kawhi Leonard, a guy who was injury prone, and not only is he injury prone, but then he's up in age, right? And you tried to pair him, excuse me, you try to pair him with a guy Harden, James Harden, who is really, like I don't know. James Harden hadn't really been able to like get over the hump either in his career, and the Clippers just don't look good this year. Um, and it's just an old team, and so I was watching the episode of podcast, the guy Scap Attack, right, and he made some really good points about the Clippers and man, just how much of a dumpster fire they are. And so what I'm gonna do, man, is I'm gonna play the audio from Scab Attack, and I'm gonna come back and give my input on what I think is what's going on with the Clippers and like what they should do next to get out. I don't know, just try to get out from under this curse that I think that they are under, right? And so here we go with Scab Attack.
Absolutely eviscerated 129 to 101 at the hands of the Orlando Magic. The loss drops the clip show to 4-11 now on the season and in 12th place in the Western Conference to this stage of the young 2025-2026 NBA season. They are now 1-9 in their last 10 games, and their current 4-11 pacing puts them at 22-60 for this season. They're sporting a minus 6.1 net differential, which seems to indicate that things aren't going to get better anytime soon for the team with the oldest average age in the entire NBA. And that isn't hyperbolic or a joke. They actually have the oldest average age in the entire association, which shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. They were already an aging team, and they did nothing to get younger in the offseason. If anything, they just got older, bringing in players like Brooke Lopez, who's 37, and Chris Paul, who's got to be pushing 50 at this point.
Yeah, man. So and then see when the Clippers, when they make moves like that, bringing in Brooke Lopez and bringing in Chris Paul, I don't know. I don't know what their mindset was. I, are you bringing somebody like Chris Paul and Brooke Lopez? Like, if they, when you have something to like, you're building around something, and you just need like their veteran leadership. But those guys, no, they are not the pieces that are going to get you over the hump. Chris Paul has never been able to do that. Been able to be that piece to get you over the hump. He has been somebody who has been injury prone throughout his career. So I gotta question like the decision making of the front office people with the Clippers. In my opinion, I think it would have been better to get somebody younger. At even both at the point guard position and at the center position, because you already got two older guys, like I said, with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. You got those older guys, so why surround them with with even older guys, with more older guys. That's just like with the team, the Golden State Warriors, right? I think it's going to be hard for the Golden State Warriors to get over the hump because of their age. You already see them this early in the season. You already see those guys like load managing and taking off certain days and stuff like that because it's going to be a grind to get through that whole season. None of all these guys, either Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden don't get injured as much, but towards the end of the season, he always, he never seems to be able to come through. I don't know if that's because he run out of energy, all of that, shooting all those threes and his legs get tired or something like that. But the decision making right now by the Clippers right here, it's got to be under question, and I don't know what else they can do.
And surprise, surprise, that hasn't been working out for the Clippers so far this season. A team that had a lot of postseason buzz swirling around it, especially with some of their splashier moves, which entailed trading Norman Powell in order to make room to sign Bradley Beal. And how's that one working? Beal has played in only 7 games, and his season is already over since he had season-ending hip surgery last week. And Norman Powell, meanwhile, has been having a career year for the Miami Heat, who are overproducing what their preseason expectations.
See, that's why I said they are cursed, right? All right, so if I was on the Clippers, would I have made the Bradley Beal trade? Probably so, but then now even that, well, you still have to question that because Bradley Beal coming from Phoenix really didn't. You taking a gamble there. All right. You understand you're taking a gamble. Then when you look at the guy Powell that they got rid of, and he's having a career year down in Miami. That's why I said that this team is cursed, man, because soon as he leaves it, he always been consistent. The guy Powell has always been a consistent, and a guy who play consistent and produce, right? But he's really down in Miami, man. He really having a career year down in Miami, and that's it's just crazy. So, and then you get Bradley Beal, and Bradley Beal gets hurt, and now he's out.
Yes, nothing seems to be working this season for the Clippers. And as I said, many were high on them as a bit of a fringe dark horse contender this year. They did, after all, end the season last year in the final 6 weeks with an 18-3 record over a span of time that they produced a plus 13.3 net rating, which at the time put them atop the Western Conference over that span of time.
See, in my opinion, I never really thought coming into this season that the Clippers was going to be in the thick of things. Always, when it comes to the Clippers, because you have these guys up in age, and you got guys who always are injury prone, and guys who never been able to get over the hump. That's like a big gamble. It didn't really make any sense, man, to think that the Clippers was going to be in the thick of things. And maybe the front office put this kind of information out there because they want to, they don't want to discourage the fan base. They want, they want the fan base to have hope. But, for as long as Kawhi has been there, he never been able to get him over the hump. Harden, these guys just never been able to perform. I think it would have made sense if the Clippers had to try to go into the draft and just get younger. Because you're going to have to do it either way. Either you're going to have to do it by force or you're going to have to do it by choice. And I think that, they should have chosen to get younger. And remember, it's the same team who had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And if that don't show that they curse, you get rid of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and then look at what he's doing in OKC.
Including even the eventual champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Now into the playoffs, the Clippers were a first-round exit, but they were also in a very competitive first-round series against the Denver Nuggets, took them to a 7th and deciding game. And then after that, of course, the Denver Nuggets took the Oklahoma City Thunder to a 7th and deciding game in that series. The Clippers look to be oh so close, right there. And then with their offseason acquisitions, many believe that the Clippers got better in the offseason. And yet here we are now, again, 4-11, on pace for a 22-60 record this year. 22-60. Thanks for nothing, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, man. But let me ask you this: do you feel like it's like all the blame should go to Kawhi Leonard? You know, I think a lot of it should go to Kawhi Leonard, but I think some of the blame should go to the front office too, because you don't allow Kawhi Leonard to be your GM, your general manager. You know, he's a player. And that's probably why they having this issue now with this no-show job and these accusations of Kawhi Leonard getting paid, for not really, them trying to circumvent the salary cap and trying to pay him, right? Those allegations are being considered too. But as a front office, you got to take some of the blame, because these moves that they made, you got to be able to hit on something. You got to be able to hit on something. Everything, it seems, in my opinion, like it's going wrong for this team. So that's my take on it, man. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.